Good afternoon. It is July 22nd. This is an intermediate video for Shin Arashi martial arts. We will be covering lower body defenses and knee striking. We should start this discussion as to we should start this with an explanation as to why kicks are low priority in this system. Kicks are a very useful tool. If you know kicks, you can defend kicks better. If you know kicks, you've got something else you can set up your hand techniques with. Kicks can be powerful. Kicks can be unexpected. But anytime you are kicking, you're most likely not stepping. You're not at your peak balance. So let me angle this a little different. There we go. Okay, so we would much rather be punching, trapping, blocking, or throwing than kicking. But sometimes kicks can be useful to set one of those things up. There's a few kicks that are highly useful. Today we're going to be talking about blocking. In an earlier video we talked about the three frontal trigrams: high, mid, and low. Today we'll be talking about blocking and evading for attacks to the lowest trigram, from the hips down. Common targets for the hips are the front of the quads, groin obviously, the side of the leg, the sciatic or common peroneal nerve, depending on terminology, the knee, and I've even seen people talk about kicking specifically the calf muscle. Most attacks to the legs are attacks against someone's mobility. Okay, to the sciatic peroneal nerve, to the quadricep, to the calf are all about taking power, speed, mobility away from the muscle of the leg. Attacks to the knees are a little bit more controversial. For self-defense, I got no problem with them. Someone's trying to harm you, you blow out an ACL. Okay, you did not kill them. You did not poke an eye out. Yeah, they'll probably need some surgery. But if they had a knife where there's multiple opponents, then right. But we'll get into that more when we get into kicks. I'm just telling you these things so you'll understand what we're blocking against. So we'll go through the three common blocks. The first one is the shin block, and it's probably the one you want to use the least. If someone's coming with a front thrusting strike, a front kick, or side kick, this is okay. If someone is coming with a round kick, then you're probably going to be shin on shin contact, and the person with the hardest shin wins. So that's why it's kind of, the shin block can be lead or rear, just lifting the leg up. So it can stop something comes straight in, right? But then you're relying on the rear leg rooting power not to fall over. Something that's coming around, if you just use this to move out of the way of the kick, that's one thing. If you actively try to block where their shin hits your shin or their top of their foot hits your shin, it's kind of a hard style thing. So why not use a standard low karate block? Look how this doesn't really go that low, right? You would literally have to do something like that. So we'd much rather anything in the lower quadrant be dealt with the legs. The next one is seen in our version of Silam Tao, in other styles, more advanced versions of Wing Chun katas. Okay, Chum Kill Bill Ji, where this is what it looks like in the kata. All right. In actuality, in use, it would be okay. It can be neutral front or rear. Its idea is to sweep something out of the way. If someone is front push kicking, or front snap kicking even, or even side kicking, you can get to the outside. So I'm shooting this leg, the mirror, if it's coming in that same angle, would be here, and now I would have pushed the guy's leg to the outside, and now I'm flanking. If you do it to the inside, okay, and now his foot's over here, be aware that that puts his rear leg at a power angle to you, but it's better than getting hit, and then you still got your hands to deal with that. Now, we'll go into that in a minute. And the last one, the more advanced one, so this is from Muay Thai, a little bit in Wing Chun, a little bit in some styles of karate. This, I've only really ever seen in some Chinese soft styles in Wing Chun. The last one we steal from Okinawan karate, which in turn the theory has got it from other Southern Chinese systems. I have not seen this specifically demonstrated by Southern Chinese systems, but it makes sense. That is the returning wave kick. Let me move back. Now, there are ways that can be a setup for a cross stomp. It can be a sweeping of a lead leg, okay? But for our, and there can be a strike there, it's kind of funky. But for our purposes, it's getting, at this point, it's getting the leg out of the way. Someone's coming for that calf kick, someone's coming from that thigh kick, okay? I'm just moving my leg. Or someone's coming to sweep my leg, just move the leg. That's returning wave kick. I'll usually shorten it to return kick, wave kick. Okay, so strikes. The advantage of a knee strike over a kick is knee strikes are faster, almost as strong, and a lot more balanced. And knowing knee strikes teaches you better kicks. So the first knee strike is the simplest. It's upwards knee, okay? And it's just straight up. Backtrack. Let me show you something on that. Because this is similar, the shin block and the knee strike, the upwards knee strike, are almost identical. Both times, once you point your toes down, which causes the calf muscle to tighten and wrap around those leg bones. Okay? Also, in the knee strike case, it makes the foot less of an entangling danger for legs, pants, whatever. Okay? We are hitting with not the kneecap, but the top of the leg right here. I don't have anyone holding pads for me, so I'm going to bend Bob here over a little bit. It could be to the groin. Probably the simplest way to do it. If you have Bob pulled over for a half clinch, full clinch, or even side clinch, so the body, okay? Or if you have them pulled over far enough to the head. Going that high, I would not do that unless they're very disoriented, because then you've lifted your leg so high up, it's easy to grab for a single leg takedown. But to the body, to the groin, perfect. It's a good finishing shot. If you know you've hit them enough with hand strikes and elbow strikes and body knees, that knee will end the fight. Okay, we'll put him on the ground so you can escape. Fine. Okay, second one is the thrusting knee or forwards knee. So we've learned how to bring, and this is, in application, you will almost always see the rising knee from neutral or from the rear leg, okay? You could conceivably do it from lead leg, but most of the time when it's done from lead leg, it's a block. But it can conceivably, if I'm here, that's fine, okay? All right. Forward or thrusting knee. Forward or thrusting knee is usually aimed at the solar plexus, groin, stomach area, but that's not the only place it can be. Okay, it lifts up like the upwards knee, and then hips drive forward. This is a good tactic for when we get tangled up here, and I don't have the upwards arc. I can push forward, okay? What I use it for more than the body shot is a short leg shot, okay? I've got this lower dummy here for this. So you see how the logo here is about my hip height. My shirt's a little long, my pants are a little high, so it's kind of hard to tell. This is my hip height, okay? Instead of bringing it all the way up and throwing it to the groin or to the solar plexus or stomach, if I'm in front of somebody and they've got a rooted leg, right there in the quad. If I'm alongside of them, right, I'm trying to set up an arm bar and they're not moving where I want them to go, to the side of the leg here, okay? Go into that sciatic or peroneal nerve that is commonly a target for Muay Thai round kicks. It hurts like the dickens, but the pain is not the intent. It's the fact that the pain causes a loss of balance, loss of concentration, and can get you the push, okay? So far we have forward and upwards knee. All right, we're gonna work on inwards knee. Inwards knee, forward and upwards knee are common to a lot of systems. Inwards knee is almost exclusively in Muay Thai. Now in Wing Chun, we could actually use this as a cover block, popping something out of the way, okay? So let's say this is my left leg, and they're kicking with their right leg straight into me. Boom, I've got that same flanking angle. So I should have put that with the blocks. But in Muay Thai, and probably in some Filipino stuff, it's about bringing the leg up and slapping the body with the inside here, okay? Okay, you can do it short. If you have them off balance, you're tilting them, you can make a bigger loop. That is deceptively strong, especially when it hits the ribs during an inwards breath. The outwards knee can be used as a strike. It's not something I recommend really teaching as a strike, but I've seen somebody use it effectively. But Tall John is a freak of nature. So he and I were locked up here trying to armbar each other, and he brought the knee out and hit this way. I only bring that up not because I expect anyone without some long, lanky, crazy leg strength, crazy balance to try to do it, but just so you know, this thing exists. Bam. I do not know any systems that specifically teach it, but I would not be surprised to see that from a Muay Baran, Salat, or maybe even a Caprista. Maybe a Savat guy? Probably not, though. Okay, let me go to my notes. Now, along with the inwards, there's two ways of throwing the knee like a round kick, using the top of the knee just like the upwards knee. And these are really close, so there's very little difference. It's hard to see the difference between the two. Round knee is just like a round kick. Turn the base foot and boom, straight in, okay? Depending on your hip flexibility, your leg power, that can go anywhere from just above the knee, sciatic nerve, ribs. Okay? It is stronger than the inwards knee. It may be easier to catch and harder to set off. So it's all a trade-off. And the other variation is the diagonal knee, which is like where round knee is like the flat round kick. Diagonal knee is like that diagonal round kick. I'm on a slippery floor. Boom. Okay. You'll see that kick in a lot of the Dog Brothers stuff coming from Muay Baran, from Krav Kabong. Very common stick strike kick on a half beat. But you can do it with the knee. I'm here, half clinch, punch, elbow, knee. So it comes up more diagonal. Okay. You could throw that low conceivably to the leg. I don't know why it would be more advantageous than a round or an upwards knee to the leg, but depending on your angle, it might be. Upwards, forwards, inwards, outwards, rounds, diagonal. And the last two, I'm only really showing for sake of argument, just so you know they exist. Knee bomb, or leaping knee, is a forward thrust knee from downtown. This is more penetrating than a normal forward knee. I would primarily use it for closing the distance, knowing that your hands have got to be in existence to block attacks. You could get punched out of the air from this, okay? So from here, and you see, that was as light as I could possibly do it. I nearly knocked Bob over. Try it again. That's a little better. But you are carrying your entire mass forward. The other variation, I'm not good at. I'm not good at this. So I'll try to find a clip, someone else doing it. It's a jump knee where you're here and you literally leap into the air and try to uppercut knee like that, coming off the ground. You'll be tested for neither of those. I want you to be able to half-ass demonstrate them so someone else can learn how to defeat them. Both of the thrust bomb, it's just circle, circle, pivot, get out of the way of it. Probably pivot or just block and cover from the jumping one. Now, how do we defeat knees? Well, the knees that go to the legs, okay, just get out of the way. Knees that come to the body, same thing. Upwards knee, okay, just don't let your groin be there. They lift up the legs and sweep them, okay? Forward knee, deal with it the same way you do a front kick, those sweepy legs. Inwards knee, diagonal knee, and round knee, okay? If it's to the legs, pick up the leg. If it's to the body, take advantage of the fact that they're only on one leg and push. Most times that there's an inwards, diagonal or round, they are going to be in some kind of clinch position, be it full clinch, half clinch, over under, okay? If you have been pulled down, Bob's imaginary arms have put me in a full clinch or even a half clinch. Putting palms on the hips, okay? You should feel the crest, the butterfly crest of the hip on the palm. Probably 2 at one, and then come up and get free of the clinch, all right? Holding one here. If you get a chance, take a partner, put your hands on their hip right here, okay? And see if they can knee you. Not just with the hip you're immobilizing, but it's gonna really take a lot from the other hip too. Okay, you're down here and you haven't got a chance to get this. Your hands are here, low X block. Low X block and then turn, okay, to the outside. Let me show that in front. Low X block, try to catch the knee between the hands and then turn, depending on which way is the outside of the leg. If you turn from the inside of the leg, it's better than nothing. Turning from the outside of the leg, when I say outside, I mean grabbing the outer thigh, okay, and moving it. Now you're flanking them, it's easier to get out of half clinch or clinch. So, hip press, low block. I'm in side clinch. My first job should be to get out of half clinch, side clinch, full clinch, whatever, is to get out of the clinch, to get their arms off my neck and get my posture back, okay? But if it's a round, diagonal, or inwards, a shield block and loop under. Shield block and loop under might be the option. Shield block, and this comes underneath the offending leg. If you can get that, there is a advanced version of Puta Kapala. If you know Puta Kapala, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay? But trying to think if there's anything else you need to know about knees and low body attacks. I'll try the next week or two to do low body kicks. Yeah, I guess that's about it. So, hope you find this useful. As always, send me questions and comments. Have a great day.